So today I'm going to be filming for you a review on the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation, so stay tuned to see what I think of it. I have had this foundation for a while, so it's really given me the chance to really give you an honest opinion on this product. Now, the box says it contains 22 mils or 0.75 fluid ounces. Now that is a little less product than other foundations, but considering you need the smallest amount, it really doesn't matter. Now this is $79 on the Sephora website, Australian dollars. I purchased these from Harrods in the UK, so I paid the same price, but I did end up paying a lot for shipping, so it wasn't available in Sephora when it first came out. Now I have 3 shades here. I have 36 Beige Golden, 22 Bisque Light, and 12 Ivory. Now when I bought these, all of them had the same problem with leakage around the top of the applicator. Now other YouTubers have mentioned this and thought that theirs was just a dud, but I've had this with all of mine and I have 3. And I honestly, it is a little bit messy and I don't think you could travel with them. I've already moisturized my face. I am going to be priming my face because I have realized that this foundation does work just a tiny bit better with a primer. In terms of blending, this foundation is kind of difficult to blend, but if you are using the right brush, like a flat top face brush, you should be totally fine. So today I'm obviously going to be using the shade 12 Ivory because I am very pale, and I'm going to be using this to prime. It's the Loreal Skin Perfection Magic Touch Instant Blur. I'm just going to be applying this mostly in my T-zone. This product is pretty thick. Now my skin isn't looking that great at the moment, sadly, so this foundation would be really good at this kind of time because the coverage is insane. I'm going to be using my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush to apply this, and the instructions do say to shake well, so of course I'm going to shake it. I'm just going to take what's on the applicator and kind of dab it on my face to start off with. Now you really don't need much of this, so that's probably going to be enough for my entire cheek. So I'm just going to start blending that, and you kind of do need to be a little bit heavy-handed with this product. It is, it will go cakey if you don't blend it. Now, I do have pretty normal skin. Sometimes it gets a little bit oily and sometimes it gets a bit dry. Just depends on the season and if what kind of skincare I've been using. So right now it is pretty normal. So I am going to set this with a powder anyways. It does take a bit of a rough hand, as I said before, but that's okay. Now the consistency of this is quite runny. It's actually pretty creamy. It doesn't feel thick on your skin. The consistency is pretty thin if you blend it out nicely. Now you can get from a medium to a full coverage of this foundation. It does layer quite well. I'm not going to layer today, but it is a really good coverage how it is. So I am going to be using just a little bit of concealer just to see how it works, and then I'm going to set it with a powder. What I really like about this foundation is it is quite yellow, which is really nice for us neutral people. These pink shades really don't look that great on most people. Even if you do have a pink undertone, most of the time using a pink foundation, a pink based foundation, will just emphasize the redness or the pink tone in your skin. You barely even need to use a concealer after using this foundation. It really does cover everything. It covers your dark circles, it covers blemishes. It really is incredible. It's remarkable. Now that my concealer's on, I'm going to be setting my under eyes and a little bit of my T-zone with this Ben Nye Neutral Set Powder and just my little triangle sponge, just to lock in the concealer. This product can get a little bit cakey over wearing it for a long time. It just depends on the powder that you use to set it, so I'm not using something that's too heavy that's going to sink into my pores during the day. Just pressing it right into my under eyes. That's looking great. I am just going to take a little bit of powder over my face. I'm just going to be using a tiny bit of this Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder, and in the shade 113. Now this is a pressed powder, but I find that it does set my foundation quite well. So I'm just taking my brush and going in there and just lightly setting my face. Now this product does transfer a little, so it is a good idea to press in your powder, or just use a pressed powder to really pack it down. So from what I know, this foundation is extremely long wearing, as it says on the box, and it doesn't really oxidize. I found that with my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation does oxidize a little bit. It's very much similar in consistency and coverage, and especially I would compare this to the custom cover drops by Cover FX. They are very similar coverage and consistency wise. I do find that the Cover FX drops are a little easier to blend just because they are a tiny bit more like watery, but this foundation really is worth the money. I really recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I know it can be really helpful when you're trying to see if you really do want to make an investment in such an expensive product like this one, and I personally myself like watching reviews when I'm not sure if it's worth it to buy these products. So I hope this was useful to you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!